Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Ethereum, its valuation against Bitcoin, and looking at where we are currently in terms of the price. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, Ethereum is down 15% for the week. It is down about 3, almost 4% today. And it seems like this orange line here at 0.083 Bitcoin has become the line of resistance, at least for the time being. This is to be expected. Uh, we knew at some point Ethereum would stop. We knew at some point altcoin season will halt, and it seems like that is happening now. Now, obviously, this can change, but my assumption is at this point is that this was the move. This move from 0.3 satoshis to 0.083 was the move for Ether Bitcoin, and it was a 174% move against Bitcoin. Pretty darn impressive for a market cap of that size, and I think this is one of my better trades. I'll be completely honest. I'm pretty proud of it. Uh, Obviously, I've sold a good chunk of my Ethereum thus far. I have been selling along the way. So these two price sells here around this level, if I recall, are not as impressive as the big chunk that I sold at here at around 0.078. I didn't get it at the very top of 0.083, but 0.075, 76, 78 was around my area where I sold a very decent chunk of my Ethereum back into Bitcoin. It was I mean, at the moment right now, it was the best call. But we'll see going forward to see. I would anticipate Ether Bitcoin to continue to bleed as long as Bitcoin is below the 20-week moving average. And I would contend that when it does get back above those moving averages, Bitcoin will rally and that liquidity will continue to be sucked out of altcoins back into Bitcoin. And as a result, Ether Bitcoin will continue to trend down, much like how we saw about this initial move from Ether Bitcoin and a retracement followed by another rally. I am not saying that this is the end for Ethereum. I still hold a core position, and it still consists of it is the second largest position in my portfolio still, despite of me selling a good chunk of it. Having said that, for Ether Bitcoin right now, I'm at a pause. I'm not planning to buy at these levels nor sell any further. I've sold a decent amount. I'm satisfied with it. And we'll wait and see when the dust settles. In my previous video, I mentioned that I won't be bullish on alts again until Bitcoin is back above its moving averages, its 20-week and 21-week EMA averages, and putting some considerable distance between them. And distance, I mean by percentage. We know that if Bitcoin is above the 20-week moving average for for a decent amount, and as well as moving sideways, that's when altcoins pop off. That is the next opportunity, right? So I will be waiting until then. Until then, my Ethereum will be collecting interest, and I won't be buying any. I won't be buying just yet. I'll probably be waiting for a Bitcoin move at some point, and then reassess from there. In terms of how low can we go, great question. We could see a potential hold here as an example at these levels here. We can also see Ether Bitcoin come back down to say these levels here, or if we're looking for a more recent peak, the last local peak, which is at 0.043. These are just, arbitrary lines, so I wouldn't put too much salt into it. The more important thing is to look at potentially like where Bitcoin dominance lies in the coming weeks, where Bitcoin is in the coming weeks, and from there we can make a determination on about Ether Bitcoin. Although Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency, it is subject to volatility from Bitcoin, and it is capable, much like how it's capable of these amazing swings, it is also capable of major downturns during a bull market. Okay, this is during a bull market, not during a bear market. And when we look at Ether Bitcoin from the peak of June 2017 to December of 2017, Ether Bitcoin retraced almost 80% against Bitcoin. So it is very possible that Ether Bitcoin can retrace pretty far. If we're talking about percentages in this respect, a 78% downturn on Ether Bitcoin is about, we'd be back down to levels that we were at since January of 2020. I don't believe we'll get that far down. That was pretty insane. But a decent retracement is on the cards. I mean, like a 40-50% retracement, definitely on the cards. And actually, a 50% retracement would get us about to 0.04 Bitcoin. So that's kind of like what I'm looking at with Ethereum now. Um, the move for Ethereum has come and gone, or allegedly gone. We don't know. Like it could come back up. It could. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. But in my eyes, it seems like the majority of the move has been done, and the focus now should be moved to Bitcoin. Uh, if you bought Ethereum, if you were one of the people that sold your Bitcoin to buy Ethereum at this area here, well, this is a great lesson for you. It's the same lesson for people who bought Cardano at this level against Ethereum. It's the same people that bought VeChain with their Ethereum at this level. The risk is just too high. We'll zoom out and see where you are on the Ether Bitcoin chart. This is not against the US dollar, folks. So these are all ratios. And so ratios, I think, provide a little bit more insight into where the strength of this altcoin is in relative terms to other altcoins, into Bitcoin. Um, and if you were looking at Ether Bitcoin on the weekly chart and you were comparing the peaks of 2018 and 2017, you would know that we are pretty much in the upper bounds of the chart. We're more up than down at this point, and therefore the risk is pretty high. And if you did buy here, I hope you were open to the idea that the Ether Bitcoin will most likely trend down from here because of the risk. The risk is simply too high. The idea is to buy into the fear. Buy when people are saying ETH is dead, when people are selling their ETH to buy other altcoins. That was the time to buy Ethereum. And for me, was buying everything here. That was my main Ether position accumulated here, as well as the profits made from VeChain against VeChain when I sold a majority of my VeChain up here. Same concept. So let this be a lesson. It happens to all of us. Ethereum will probably bail you out in terms of dollar value. Um, I also think that Ether Bitcoin does have more room to grow against Bitcoin. I don't know if it'll get as high as 0.15 Ether Bitcoin, which is the all-time high, but definitely 1/10 of a Bitcoin I think is possible. But anyways, that is all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.